Nancy?
Yes, ma'am. I don't know why I'm coughing so much these days.
Ha ha ha! This is because of me.
Who are you? How did you come in my room?
I am the pollution ghost who consumes pollution. You have fed me so much that I can overpower you now. Ha ha ha!
I think I should take the help of my friends and encourage people not to pollute the environment. Hi, Arshia. Hi, Vamika.
Hi Priyanshi, why are you coughing so much?
Yes, are you okay?
This is all because of that pollution ghost. He told me that we have fed him so much that he can overpower us now.
I don't believe in ghosts, but I certainly do believe in saving our Mother Earth.
Yes, that's right. But you humans are too spoiled to listen.
Let's prove that the pollution ghost is not strong.
Let's be part of the solution.
And not part of the pollution.
Good morning, respected principal ma'am, teachers, and dear friends. As you must have guessed, today class 7D is going to talk about air pollution. Now, let's begin with the Gayatri Mantra.
Please join your hands and close your eyes for the Gayatri Mantra. Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayat. Om.
Now for the national news. As per CPCB, Central Pollution Control Board, Delhi's AQI is now around 300. It is likely to reduce a little in the next 3 days because of the wind blowing. The Delhi Metro Rail Corporation has put 14 anti smog guns at its construction sites to help reduce pollution.
International news. Thousands of protesters demand reforms to the Thai monarchy. Cube-shaped mystery hut spotted on the moon.
Sports news. Serbia and Britain get wildcard for 2022 Davis Cup finals. India to host Denmark for next Davis Cup tie in March.
Thought for the day. Be a part of the solution, not part of the pollution. I repeat, be a part of the solution, not part of the pollution.
Dear friends, let's understand what is air pollution. Air pollution is contamination of the indoor or outdoor environment by any chemical, physical, or biological agent that modifies the natural characteristics of the atmosphere.
The main types of pollution are air pollution, water pollution, and land pollution. Nature's as well as human activities. Both are responsible for pollution. Today, we will discuss about the causes and harmful effects of air pollution.
A major contributor to pollution is stubble burning. Other causes are smoke from factories and automobiles, construction activities, and burning of crackers, which releases poisonous gases, etc. It is a significant source of gaseous pollutants such as carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur oxide, nitrogen oxide, etc., causing serious damage to human health and environment.
The Great Smoke of Delhi is back and the AQI is reaching a severe high. There's a distorted view, dust, smoke, pollution, and a suffocating feeling as soon as you step out of your house. Schools, colleges, and offices were also immediately closed. It just couldn't get worse. The air quality in Delhi, according to the WHO survey of 1,650 cities, is one of the worst cities in the world. Air pollution in India is killing about 2.5 million people every year. Now, we as responsible citizens can help the government with prevention of pollution by following some steps.
Walk, use cycles or public transport for transportation, turn off the lights when not in use, eat local, organic produce and less meat, grow your own food.
Prevention of air pollution. We can also use indoor plants like money plant, aloe vera, snake plants, etc. Avoid use of crackers. Use fans instead of air conditioners. We should encourage carpooling.
We should have a diet which includes jaggery to flush out pollutants from our lungs. Also, eat fruits rich in vitamin C and food rich in omega 3 fatty acids. Have herbal, ginger, and tulsi tea as it helps minimize the pollution effects.
When I read in the news and got to know that breathing in Delhi pollution is equal to smoking 44 cigarettes a day, I was astonished. Use a mask and use the right one. You need an N95 or an N99 mask. A surgical mask is of no use. Also wear it properly that there is a proper airlock and isn't loose on your face.
Do not exercise outdoors, especially in the mornings and evenings, because the smog enters our lungs during deep breathing while exercising. It is extremely harmful.
If pollution goes up into the sky, we'll have dirty grey skies. Then acid rain will make us cry. We'll get tears in our eyes, so don't let our future go up in smoke. Let's all commute and follow, reuse, reduce, and recycle to control the pollute.
This is all that we have for you today. We all, as responsible citizens, should do our bit and educate others as well. Now I request respected Principal Ma'am to please say a few encouraging words.
Good morning once again. Thank you, children, for taking up such a contextual topic for your assembly. And yes, you've spoken about everything that needs to be said about air pollution. And we need to do something because we have to put our act together. It's ultimately the oxygen that we breathe in, oxygen which is life giving. And what happens when you don't have the right kind of oxygen? We've just seen a few months back when the second phase of COVID was at its peak. So I don't have to reiterate anything here, except that I want to draw your attention to something very similar. When we talk about pollution, we kind of just tend to think and limit our thought process only to air. We need to go a little beyond. There are certain fundamental things that we need for our very existence. We need fresh air to breathe. We need good palatable, good potent water to drink, and we need good food to eat. These are three very fundamental things for us to at least live. As a human race, we are hell bent on polluting all these three things. Earth has got such beautiful resources, and we are hell bent on destroying it here. And then we dream on beginning a life on Mars, which is so lifeless. That there are no trees around there are no birds around, there are no animals. Heaven is here on earth. It's like the Eden Garden. The whole of earth is like Eden Garden. And we are hell bent on destroying. And I want to take your attention a little bit there. Let's talk about the water first. World over, the best of the countries, the richest of the countries are so concerned about drinking water. And we all know that we have just about 2% of the entire water that's available on earth that can be converted into, that can be used for drinking. Rest of it is all oceans, so that's not something that you can drink unless you process it and you extract the right kind of water out of it. So when we talk about water, we are basically in our country, we are depending upon the underground water. And, so you have all these bore wells and tube wells that work not just in our homes, but also, this is what is used for irrigation, for growing all the crops that we have. And just see what happens. You are a senior class, you're a big enough class, and I think that you must get into the study of how water comes to us, how we use it, where it goes after it's been used, and what really happens to that water. And if you get into that, I mean, let's talk about just Delhi for now. If you talk about how water is utilized and how it is drained and how it's recycled, you would get a sense of that we are kind of drinking the water that goes out in our drains, and that's recycled, and that's how we get it, and that's because we're wasting a lot of it. And I want us to pay some attention to how we are polluting or contaminating our drinking water. Everything that we use in our home, right from what we use to clean our utensils, to clean our clothes, and as if the soaps and detergents are not good enough, we add so much of poison to our mops. The daily mopping in the home can happen with salt. Saline water is one of the best disinfectants. But instead of that, what are we using? We're using all kinds of chemicals, and because they're not good enough, so we add fragrances to them. So you have Lysols, you have phenyls, and there are homes that are mopped with this kind of chemical every day. And with water, where does it go? It goes into your drain, and from your drain, it goes into all kinds of sewage systems, and most of it is pretty leaky, so it gets into the soil system. Once it gets into the soil system, it contaminates your drinking water in the water table underground, and it also affects the soil around where your crops are grown. So and once, I don't have to tell you that once there is a contaminant in the soil, it has to come in your food. So all the three uh, with our methods of being are contaminating the tree at such a rapid space, at such a rapid pace that as you grow, I am sure that you'll be living in a very toxic world. We already are. The air quality is not breathable, so we are restricted into our homes. So once we're restricted in the home, it's not that the air inside the home is coming from some other planet, or some other state like maybe Himachal and all, where the pollution is very less. It is ultimately air from Delhi only. So it's just a kind of misconception that if you're indoors, you're a little safer. Ultimately, air is the same. Yes, we could be using a few filters, but how effective are the filters? Ultimately, for the fresh air, we have to open our windows. We have to let that air in. Similarly, drinking water. There's so much available on earth. That's about it. If we keep contaminating, we keep adding chemicals to it. How many chemicals can we filter out when we are treating the water? So we have to start. We have to start at the beginning. The stop has to be put right at the beginning, where we make sure that we do not contaminate these very things that are so precious for our survival. So all the actions that you can think of to remove the contaminants from getting added to not just air but water and soil system, these are the things that we need to take care of, all of us. And it's a state of emergency, because air is something we can see and we can feel, because we are breathing, and we can feel the suffocation. So we are waking up. We don't have to come to that kind of a thing in terms of water, that we drink water and we find it acidic and we start falling ill. It happens at times. So we don't have to go to that extent before we wake up. Let us start changing our habits at the level of individual. Let's not wait for the governments to make any rules. So whether it is carpool, whether it is minimizing the use of vehicle traffic, whether it is minimizing the use of other things like burning crackers on every festivity. Now is the marriage season, so one would be able to see a lot of crackers go up. What's the need? What's the need? Similarly, at homes, let's reduce our use of chemicals. And when we were growing up, when we were small children like we did not have all these fancy chemicals at home. And I think we all lived a very healthy life. We were far healthier than what you people are. And that is because we lived so close to nature. There were no extra chemicals unnecessarily thrown everywhere around. As if, just that was not enough. Now we have chemicals that wash our vegetables at home. And, you have potassium permanganate and whatnot solutions that are available to wash your vegetables. What's the point? Let's wash them, wipe them well, and then cook them. So the way we used to be, the life used to be much simpler in the way it was led. In case we go to simplicity, I'm sure we'll be able to reduce a lot of contamination of food and water and air. So thank you so much, children, for initiating this dialogue. And let this not remain a dialogue that happens just in the assembly and we talk about it in their presentations and we forget, because we are in a very dire strait. We are in a very a difficult situation. I mean, we try to open the schools and we are back home locked again. How long can we live locked in? You children have been locked inside your homes, for almost 2 years now. This is not the way to live. This is just not the way to live. So we have to make sure that we try and simplify our lives and we go closer and closer to nature. That because that's the only way. You cannot create nature artificially on some other planet and think that life will begin there. How many of us will be able to go to Mars if it comes to that? And is that better? It's not. So let the scientists not fool us. Let's not be fooled by dreams of a few people like Elon Musk here that we'll have a colony on Mars. Not required. Let's take care of the beautiful garden that we have here on Earth. So those fanciful ideas, let's wake up. Those are just fanciful ideas. Billions of people can't migrate from Earth to some other planet. It just can't happen. It's not happening tomorrow. But we are living tomorrow. So thank you. Have an awesome day. And I'm very proud of you, children. Do try and change the life as much as possible because that's in your favor. And that's in favor of all the adults that are listening, the teachers, the parents. And let's all collectively wake up to this problem, which we have created. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you, Principal Ma'am, for your kind words. Now I request everyone to stand up for the national anthem.
Hope you all have understood the serious consequences of air pollution. Let's all be crusaders and work together to combat the problem on a war footing. Thank you and have a great day.